Welcome to the hardware store, better known as the Peoria Civic Center. Third and fourth place trophies are about to be determined, and of course, after that, we've got the title game in Class 2A as Peoria Manual and Chicago North Lawndale hook horns, numbers 1 and number 2 in the state. And Roger Lowe, we already had numbers 1 and number 2 in the state face off for the Class 1A championship. So I guess if things can go according to form, this is the tournament they have.
That's right. And I tell you, I watched both teams warm up, Jim, and these guys are approaching this like it's a championship game. There was no letdown in anything they did in warm up.
And, of course, they're also enjoying the moment. I saw Mr. Toman, of course, Keen Toman, playing in his last game as a senior for Olney, and Kyle Cassidy, of course, the All-Stater, also playing in his final high school game. And there were some smiles. And, hey, this is a unique thing, a basketball team. You're never going to have another group of individuals at this level, all the things you went through, all the memories you have. You're never going to have it again. You may have more somewhere else with some other people, but this is unique.
I'll tell you what, these are things you never forget, too. The brotherhood that you get as a teammate, and as you said, Jim, this is going to be something that these guys are going to remember the rest of their lives.
And, of course, this is the traveling game. If you saw the map there, only in Pinckneyville, they had the miles to get here, but, of course, most teams in the state of Illinois, when it comes to March Madness, they'd walk a couple hundred miles to get to this particular venue. Pinckneyville, 28-5. Olney, 30-4. And of course, if you saw last night's semifinal game, Pinckneyville came so close to upending, or at least sending the game into overtime against North Lawndale, but it wasn't to be. Let's check out these young men with our PA announcer, Paul Herzog.
The Illinois High School Association and the City of Peoria, welcome to Carver Arena, the site of America's original March Madness. This third place game in Class 2A for 2008 features the Pinckneyville Panthers, a record of 28-5, and the Olney East Richland Tigers at 30-4. Let's meet the starting lineups. At a guard for Pinckneyville, a 6'6 senior, 23, Kyle Cassidy. At a guard for Olney East Richland, a 5'9 senior, 4, Tyler Miller. Another guard for the Panthers, a 6'3 senior, 30, Colin Woodside. The other guard for the Tigers, a 6'3 junior, 14, Charlie McDowell. The third guard for Pinckneyville, a 6'1 senior, 35, Ryan Rushing. At center for Olney East Richland, a 6'11 senior, 54, Keen Toman. At a forward for the Panthers, a 6'2 senior, 22, Hayden Hicks. At a forward for the Tigers, a 6'1 sophomore, 34, Brandon Berry. The other forward for Pinckneyville, a 6'6 senior, 45, Miles Preeb. The other forward for Olney East Richland, a 6'2 senior, 52, Corey Dunn. Head coach for Pinckneyville, 12 years a coach, his first year at Pinckneyville where he's 28-4, Bob Wagoner. For Olney East Richland, the head coach, 18 years, 10 at Olney, a record of 170 and 120, Rob Flanagan. As the players and coaches wish each other good luck at half court, the IHSA Board of Directors and member schools expect and promote good sportsmanship by all athletes, coaches, students, parents, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and the officials in a positive manner. Do what's right. Thank you. No other state in America can claim the rich history and tradition that's been generated by March Madness in Illinois. It's America's original March Madness. Direct your attention to the arena floor and meet the officials for this game. The referee from Cobden, Dana Pearson. From Murfreesboro, Mike Austin. And from Nashville, John Salee. Presenting the game ball for this contest will be Phil Jordan, department manager for the Peoria Journal-Star, one of the sponsors of the March Madness experience. All of us thank the Peoria Journal-Star for its contribution to the greatest high school single event in the land.
There you see our starters for this evening's game, and if it's close all the way, I don't see a lot of people getting in as far as people who don't get a lot of PT, because as you mentioned, Roger, this is serious business. A lot of people think the consolation prize is, and I talked with head coach Rob Flanagan right before the game. I said, are you just going to tell the kids to have some fun? And he said, quote, we don't do well with fun. We're going to be serious about this thing.
I guarantee if these teams were playing checkers, they'd want to crown their red or their black. These guys are competitive, and they're going to play as hard in this game as they would any other game all year.
Cassidy will jump it up with Toman, the two seniors. Toman, of course, you can't miss him. He'll be headed to Missouri Southern to play Division II ball. The word was circulating this weekend that Kyle Cassidy already has an offer on the table from Michigan, but we'll have to wait and see about that.
One good thing about this game now, both teams will play aggressive man-to-man to start.
Cassidy. You heard that iron. As the 19-point per game senior misses on his first three attempt, and he doesn't shoot a lot of threes, Roger. That was kind of unusual, but again, you know, you never know what the mindset is necessarily in a third place game either, or your last game.
But once again, we think McDowell and Miller need to get off point-wise for Olney. They need to take some pressure off Barry and Keen Toman.
This is McDowell, good shooter. Hit 5 threes in their super sectional win, averages 11 points a game. Got those lanky arms to launch shots over shorter defenders. Trying to work it into Barry there, and Barry, who we spotlighted in our pregame look.
Reed doing a real nice job on the post down there on Toman.
And they worked it around for about 50 seconds, but they come up with nothing but a travel call as we head the other way with the Panthers. And this kid will run the show. And as you saw in the semifinals last minute, he doesn't have to take the last shot, Roger. He can dish to the open guy. It just didn't go down, and there's a wicked pass.
And Corey Dunn has drawn the unenviable task of trying to hold Cassidy in check. Dunn is not going to throw a lot of numbers at you, but he's a great teammate, and he's got a tough challenge today guarding a Division I prospect.
And Olney will pick up their third trophy tonight to add to those two, which you just saw. Nice drop pass, but Toman shut him down, and now Cassidy throws it away. We see that cut a lot with Pinckneyville, but when Toman's in there standing up there like a wall, well, the cut stops in a hurry.
It sure does, and I think the fans are going to see Pinckneyville's offense even better than they did yesterday. Pinckneyville worked against the zone a lot last night. Against man-to-man, it's a lot easier to run that type of offense.
Of course, Pinckneyville against North Lawndale put up 19 in the first quarter last night, so a little bit of a slower start here. Barry gets it into Toman. There's that soft touch, but a little too much on it as Cassidy brings it up in a hurry. No angle, so he'll kick it up top. Hayden Hicks, who just missed tying the game yesterday, gets it on over to Preeb. Not there, but the follow is good by Cassidy.
Olney's got to remember now that defense ends when you get the ball, so they didn't do a very good job sealing out that time.
Cassidy was dogged heavily in the second half yesterday by that defense of North Lawndale, but still managed a nice game.
They're trying to get around Keene down there. They're having a hard time, but Preeb is trying to front him.
McDowell can't get his man in the air. Let's see what Barry does. This is what he loves to do. Get in there and then make a move and shoot it like that, but it's short. Cassidy with the rebound. He really creates space for his shot, doesn't he?
Great footwork.
Underneath an impossible shot, and impossible shots usually don't go, and Ryan Rushing comes up empty on that one, as Olney hasn't scored here in the first 3 minutes. This is Corey Dunn, and out front it's McDowell. And you don't know what effect last night's tough loss. I mean, sure, you can shake it off, Roger, and say, boy, you know, okay, we come out, we're going to play again. But, you know, you just don't know how geared you are yet. You got to really psych yourself into this game, no matter what it represents.
I'll tell you, Jim, kids are so much more resilient than us old men here, and I'm telling you what, that game is still going to be in their minds, but they're over it and they're ready to play a game here. A lot of times adults just make more out of it than it really is. These kids are just out here to have fun, and they're going to be into it.
The baby-faced Kyle Cassidy looking for a pick. Finds Preeb, but Preeb sees Tolman with that big right arm.
Coach Flanagan told me that Corey Dunn is their best defender, so they got him on the best player that Pinckneyville has.
Here's Preeb underneath, nicely done. Off the assist from Kyle Cassidy, and Pinckneyville is up 4-zip.
Leads them in rebounds, leads them in assists, leads them in scoring. He does it all.
Yes, he does. Rebounds, 8 per game. Had 9 rebounds last night in the loss.
You notice
turnover.
Pinckneyville double teaming the post when Tolman catches it.
Hayden Hicks to the glass, and he'll just miss it. Not happy with himself for that. And there's number 22 we saw last night get the open look, and it's like when you're at the Peoria Civic Center and there's a shot in the air and the horn's going off, it's like everybody has stopped breathing. And that thing, I talked to my dad, who's 93 last night. He said, Jim, how did that come out?
Yeah, hard to believe.
I don't know how it came out.
I was thinking about this kid last night, too, and, I was just proud of him that he had the courage to take that shot. Hayden Hicks, number 22, and it's a shot that he's going to relive, I'm sure, time and time and time again, but he was the best option for him at the time and gave it a real good look.
Yeah, he sure did, and, of course, moments before that, Colin Woodside had an open 3 that came out as well, so that's the difference between playing for third and playing for first, but
and watch when Tolman catches the ball down there. Pinckneyville will double team on him. They'll drop a man down and try to put 2 men on him.
He hasn't touched it inside yet tonight. There's almost a turnover out front. Now they've got a little bit of an edge, but that's not the shot Corey Dunn usually takes. Corey, as his coach calls him, the glue guy, keeps everybody up. There's Tolman. There's 2.
If you watch that again, they're giving Dunn all kinds of room. They're laying off Dunn 5 or 10 feet. Cassidy's guarding him, so Cassidy's going to be helping in on the post.
The cutter is Cassidy. A little too much glass.
And as we said yesterday, just such sharp cuts, Jim. Young people can learn from that.
Yeah, you can't make that wide turn. You got to have that angle, and you got to have that determination to catch and shoot. As Rob Flanagan wants a timeout, and I can understand with the offense sputtering a little bit, but his team very much in this consolation game. 4-2 Pinckneyville. Back after these local messages. Take it underneath.
National Association of Realtors move of the game winners, where they got to move down courtside to watch the rest of the game. And I have Mike and Ruth Keene here, the parents of number 54, Keene Tolman. He is on East Richland's team, and I just have one question. How do you give birth to a 6'11" kid?
He was really little when he was born.
Well, you guys don't seem very tall considering how big he is. What are you feeding him at home?
A lot.
Well, thank you guys and enjoy the game. Good luck to your team. Back to you, Jim.
Thank you very much, Ashley. That's why we have female sideline reporters. I wouldn't dare ask that question. I just couldn't.
Yeah, Keene was born on May 6th and May 7th, Jim.
Yeah, I knew you'd get something in there sooner or later. Here's Miller with a good look, but it's off to the right, but right back up. It is Barry, and he is going to go to the free throw line. There wasn't anybody on that side of the basket as far as defensively for Pinckneyville, as the ball took a good bounce for Olney.
Well, this kid looks very thin to me, but he's strong. He's wiry strong, and I think if he spent some time in the weight room here in the next couple of years, he's going to develop himself into a college basketball player.
Yeah, and sometimes you look at a kid and you say, well, where's the muscle now? Well, if you're young, you can't always build it up right away. Your body just doesn't go that route, and then maybe by the time you're 15 or 16, voila.
Yep. I'd like to go back also to one more point, Jim, on Pinckneyville's cutting, and young people need to understand this, that when you cut hard at the basket, you get your legs into your shot easier. If you're running at higher speed, you get more elevation on your jump shot or your layup.
Barry, who is an excellent free throw shooter at 80%, makes it a 1-point game. And we got a timeout on the floor. A slow start, but I got a feeling they'll be heating it up pretty darn soon here at the Peoria Civic Center. Don't forget tonight, I got a feeling a whole lot of people in Chicago and a whole lot of people in Peoria, plus of course the entire state, will be watching as number 1 Lawndale takes on number 2 Peoria Manual. And you hope that a lot of folks from Peoria, and Peoria is a basketball-rich city to begin with, even before they got this tournament, you hope a lot of people locally will fill this place to the rafters.
They really will, and you got a big city flavor now to a small school tournament with Chicago playing Peoria School. And like we talked about yesterday, the North Lawndale Phoenix are a year ahead of schedule. 14 out of their 15 kids are coming back, and Lewis Thorpe certainly wants to move one step up for that championship game.
Well, tonight's championship game will not be labeled senior night. Let's put it that way.
Oh, no.
There's hardly any seniors on the floor.
Yeah, you're right. But in this game right here, again, Olney needs to get McDowell going. He's the one who's really got to get him going, because if he opens up the outside game a little bit, it makes it harder for Pinckneyville to double team down in on the post. Charlie Miller, again, is another player that is one of the best guards in his part of the state. Didn't play a great game yesterday, but from everyone I've talked to, say, hey, you're going to see a different player today.
Well, of course, when you're playing against Peoria Manual, you can look pretty average when you're trying to bring the ball up court, because their guards are just magnificent on the defensive end to get their offense going. So out comes both Olney and Pinckneyville, as you see the fans enjoying themselves here.
Starting to file in and fill in this place, Jim.
The Pinckneyville Panthers, storied program.
Barry now guarding Cassidy. 34 Barry on Kyle Cassidy.
Go back to Merrill Duster Thomas. He brought the first hardware home in the first state championship. And of course the Dick Korn era for Pinckneyville, 2 state championships. And now it's in the hands of Bob Wagner, who brings his first team all the way down here to the final day. Long jumper is there as Pinckneyville gets Ryan rushing.
And Jim, this is for the fans who were not here or watch our telecast last night. When Pinckneyville has the ball, watch how well spaced they are. 18 to 20 feet, very hard to cover in that type of spacing.
McDowell lost the handle and will come the other way.
Let's see now here what happens if they're going to make any type of changes defensively on Cassidy. Maybe try to put more than one guy on him. Staying with Barry, the sophomore.
Reeve has checked out. Nick Logan is in for Pinckneyville, wearing number 21 in the light blue. The Panthers. Cassidy's moving, and he can't get it to fall. Just a little bit off on that one, but you can see how quickly he can get to the rim.
And Jim, you make a good point. He looks like he's just gliding, but nobody can catch him.
Kermickle in the game, and here's Miller hacked on the way up. And it is Mr. Logan with the foul. So many great stories down here, and that guy's a story unto himself. Obviously, Rob Flanagan, when he was in college, he said, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. I mean, he's put in a lot of years already as far as a coach is concerned, and he's not that old.
No, not at all, but it's, if it gets in your blood, it's just hard to get it out. And I look around this building and a lot of the coaches that I've known, and it's just a profession that's wonderful. You're with great guys like Coach Flanagan and Coach Wagner. It's one that I was blessed to be in.
Flanagan, 10 years at Olney, but 18 overall, 291 wins. Quickly the other way, open for the jumper, and down it goes, Colin Woodside.
And that's the lost shot in today's society, that mid-range jumper, about that 12-footer, and Woodside knocked it straight down.
Why is it lost, Roger? Because everybody tries to get to the rim, or that three-point line pushed everybody back?
Yeah, the line is the thing that's hurt, because kids go out there and that's what they want to shoot.
Kermickle, the 6th man for Olney, waits to see what Miller will do.
Watch again how they'll double in the post now on Keen Tolman once he catches the ball.
They try to get it into him, but a little too far. And picking up the turnover is the All-Stater Cassidy. Now watch it. Oh, yeah, that's what he does best. And he'll go, whoa, what did they call?
They called a walk there. They called a travel. I'm telling you something. I coached 2 years in college, and anybody does not think this kid can play Division I basketball is missing the boat. I think he's going to need to take a year. To build a little strength, but he's going to be a fine Division I player.
Well, I never pick on officials. You know that because I admire what they do, but I would question that one. And so would Mr. Cassidy. Miller with a nice dump off. This is Corey Dunn, who rarely fires, averaging just 3 points, but the senior gets it to fall.
He only took 65 shots all year, so if they can get offense out of him, it's going to be a huge bonus.
Rushing. He found Mr. Tolman in the neighborhood.
We talked about, what coaches and players feel about guys like Corey Dunn. He doesn't get the headlines, but he's the guy that gets in and gets the job done, gets the rebounds, plays good hard defense. He's the one that really earns respect from people who really understand this game.
And plus, you got to have a guy in the locker room. You got to have a guy on your team that's fun. Okay, I'm not talking about during the game and goofing around and not running set play. I'm talking about, hey, there's a lot of hours spent away from the court, on buses, in classrooms. You know, you got to have somebody who enjoys life and reminds you to do it as well.
Basketball's a long season, Jim. You got to have somebody like that.
We're down to 35 seconds, and Carmichael gets his pocket picked out front. Nice job by Colin Woodside, who gets it down to Hayden Hicks, and he is rejected by Carmichael, but Carmichael also got a lot of body on him.
Going to get a chance to see this play on replay. Hayden Hicks is a left-hander, takes it with the right hand, and coming over the top with the foul was Barry. Once again, you see it doesn't look real natural here for Hayden to take it in right-handed. But
that was a SWAT job right there.
He earned the foul for sure.
Hicks, the 6'2 senior, averaging 10 points a game. Puts Pinckneyville back up.
Hicks is one of the guys, Jim, that we talked about in the onset that has over 100 wins in his high school career.
That's a lot.
It's unbelievable.
Well, you got to play a lot as a sophomore to get that happening.
Played
a little bit as a freshman.
Played a little bit as a freshman as well, you're right.
And you got to have a team that cranks out 25 to 30 wins a year.
It had taken my players about 8 years in high school to get that, Jim.
10-7 Pinckneyville after the free throws by Hicks, and we'll have a final shot here if Olney has its way. Miller will hold.
See a blue around Tolman when he catches it.
I tell you what, Colin Woodside plays good defense, man. He doesn't just lay back. He watches where that pass is, at least according to him, headed.
You know, the one thing I've noticed about Woodside, too, he's got real good hands, active hands defensively.
Still got plenty of time here to launch. A three, of course, would end the first quarter of this consolation game in Class 2A with a tie. Miller doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but he drives like that and tried to get the conventional three, but he'll go to the free throw line nonetheless.
Twice he's done that now in the last couple of minutes, taking the ball to the basket. We're going to get to see it again. He's got a pretty good first step. You missed that there. Got the Pinckneyville man at an angle, laid it up, and good call by the official. This guy had more assists than anybody in the tournament, Jim, 187. So once again, you love guys like this. They're not afraid to give up the sugar, as Steve Lavin calls it.
He had 7 in the semifinal loss, all from that free throw line. And with 2 seconds left, it's Hicks launching from 30, and it's a little too hard. And that's the end of the first quarter, as we are set for championship night in Peoria. Back after this on the IHSA TV network.
10-9 Pinckneyville the lead here after one quarter. We want to tell you a little bit more. Jim and Roger talked about this a little bit last night. The Gunners Magic Train t-shirts. John Green, the principal at Pinckneyville, is here with us. We're going to have to move away from the court just a little bit, John. But tell us about the shirt and the story behind the shirts.
Well, it's late November, and Coach Gillespie down at Marshall County High School is a good friend of Coach Wagner's and myself. We grew up together in Lawrenceville, and his 7-year-old son has an inoperable brain tumor. So when this happened, the Marshall County shootout was coming up the following week, and at that shootout, they made those shirts. And all the people at the gym bought the shirts to raise money to help with the expenses, and our team participated in that. And then us and Nashville together and Olney held fundraisers, as well as Robinson High School, Lawrenceville High School, to help with the cost that it would take. And Gunner's been down at Vanderbilt University for the last 4 months getting chemotherapy, and they're working on trying to get that tumor to dissolve over time.
God bless and good luck to you, John.
Thank you.
All right, pretty amazing story. Gunnar Gillespie doesn't live anywhere near Olney or Pinckneyville or Nashville, but these fine folks are helping to raise money for him, and a good lesson, I think, for the young kids as well, guys.
Thank you, Lee. We're thinking about you, Gunnar, and his dad, Gus, of course, and his wife, Jan, and Gunnar's sister, Garland. A three-pointer while we were away by Charlie McDowell. Put Olney in front, but I was about to say we're about to be tied, but that pass just got away from Ryan Rushing. Here's our Menards first quarter stats. Menards, big savings every day.
Scores 10-9. Look at all the stats going all the way down the line. Nothing to really give anybody any added disparity there. We talked about Olney East Richland. Richland need to have a balanced attack. All 5 of their players have scored. This is something that's going to be key now. Take some pressure off Tolman.
Save big money at Menards, as big as Mr. Tolman. Shot will not count. Blocking foul out front. That'll go against Ryan Rushing from Pinckneyville.
I like the way Tyler Miller's taking the ball to the basket, Jim. That's his third time that he's gone to the hole, and I guess they're going to call a block out of bounds, but the last 2 times he's gone to the line. There's a good look at Tyler, number 4.
Tyler, of course, they call him the Little General. He's playing his last high school game. Here's a long jumper there by Charlie McDowell, who's heated up here in the second quarter.
Yeah, we talked about this as a guy that needs to get going here. Charlie McDowell has the most 3-point attempts in the tournament, works hard defensively, but just an outstanding shooter.
Last night he launched a couple, couldn't connect, but he had 5 in the supers, as I said, and came in with 75 on the season. Jumper from the left wing won't go for Hayden Hicks. And suddenly the momentum has swung the way of the Tigers as we've got a loose ball and a foul called on Mr. Miller. Well, Olney had the ball but gave it up. Let's take a look at it.
Ball on the floor there. Could be anybody's. And again, stepping out of bounds, 25 Hardin, I thought, but they're going to give the ball to Pinckneyville.
They did give Miller the foul. That's the 14th foul.
Let's try to isolate if we can on Corey Dunn guarding the basketball right now. Just watch him now after Cassidy gives it away. He's going to stay pretty close. He's not going to see the ball very well. His job's to stay with Kyle Cassidy.
Assignment, All-Stater.
Yeah, he's not going to give much help off 23.
Here's Preeb cutting, and he'll draw contact.
One thing you tell young kids to do, Jim, is when your man gives the ball up, you always go to the basketball. That's your first move, but you're not going to see that with Corey Dunn. Not that he's a bad defender. That's what Coach Flanagan wants him to do.
Miles Preeb, good size. Again, another one of those seniors saying goodbye to a lot of hours on a basketball court. Of course, you know, not to focus on Pinckneyville because a lot of schools do this, but when you grow up in Pinckneyville, there's usually a ball attached to your right hand by the time you're in first grade at least.
Yeah, it's bigger than life down there, and there's been a lot expected from this group since they were young. Came here 2 years ago, got beaten by Nashville last year, and back again.
Oops, Charlie McDowell lost the handle. That's an over and back. And of course, Rob Flanagan walks right in front of us occasionally to give instructions, and those are the kind of things that drive coaches nuts. The unforced errors, I guess, is a term we could use when it gets away out front like that. Long jumper not there, but a whistle, and was there a foul? Oh my goodness, there was, as Colin Woodside
I think Tyler
was
Miller
airborne, but was it away from the ball or was it against?
I think it's on Tyler Miller pushing. I'm pretty sure.
Well, if it is, he'll be shooting 3. No, it's against.
Yep, it's Miller. He just shoved the Pinckneyville player on that screen, so that was an easy one to call.
Yeah, it wasn't on the shot attempt itself. Checking out will be Toman.
You will be fighting through screens all night long playing this light blue team.
Driving and finding the glass nicely there was Brandon Hardin. Brandon Hardin, one of the substitutes for Pinckneyville, averaging just 4 points a game, but another senior. Boy, he knew what he was doing on that drive, Roger. He didn't hesitate at all.
Not a bit. He almost used his off arm there, Jim, to shove off, but I think they might have called the foul. Wait a minute, they might have called a foul here before.
We're going to check the foul count here and see if somebody's in the 1-and-1.
I think just 5 for Pinckneyville, I'm pretty sure. Unless the board's wrong. We don't have a stat monitor that can help us with that. We do, but I don't know how to run it.
At least you're honest. You know,
Yeah.
and I think points for honesty, that's a good thing. We don't have enough honesty in this world anymore. Colin Woodside picked up the personal foul. That is number 5 team-wise on Pinckneyville as we get going with Miller again, forcing it, and they're going to call a jump ball. Well, that's a pretty good call. I mean, he forced the issue, and let's see if it's all hand on ball here.
One thing was in their scouting report is that they thought that Tyler Miller could penetrate into this Pinckneyville defense. He's done that a lot, and a great defensive play by Hardin. Wasn't that good?
Man.
Gets his left hand on the ball so he doesn't reach across.
I haven't heard much from Cassidy tonight.
I'm focusing on Dunn now. This is just going to be a fun matchup for me. The best on-ball defender that Olney has.
It's way outside, short. Who gets the rebound but Tyler Miller? All 5'9" of him, and he's going to the glass. Not there.
How many times have you said that tonight, Jim?
About 6.
He's really been aggressive taking the ball to the basket. Once again, we're going to see Tyler Miller putting the ball on the deck and going. Puts it into second gear here. Just a little bit late. Colin Woodside tried to pick up the charge, but a great call by the officials again. hardest call in basketball to make right here. Woodside did not give him a good angle to get to the basket, and he'll be shooting 2.
And broadcast-wise, we are now at full strength. Robin, our assistant, is back here at the bench. I'm feeling much better about things.
Well, things work a lot better when she's here.
They could probably do it without us, but not without Robin. So Miller putting his team up by 2 at the free throw line.
Jim, we said that those two guys, Miller and McDowell, had to have good offensive games. They have 11 points right now between the two of them.
Nice touch. This one's for third. As we said, Pinckneyville's used to filling that trophy case. They've got 9 trophies, basketball-wise, from state tournaments. A 4th place, a couple thirds. Of course, got 3 state championships.
Playing behind the post now with Cassidy down low. Now Cassidy at the top of the key.
Movement, lots of movement.
Cassidy can take him off the drive there.
Well, he's going to try, but again, he's covered up. Nice pump fake by Hicks. He looks across the lane and finds his man in 3.
Good head and shoulders fake by Cassidy. He got Dunn up in the air and took him to the basket. Whoops.
Uh-oh, all alone is Dunn.
That's Coach Wagner, I'm telling you, and he knows that that's inexcusable. This team's too well coached defensively. There was a huge mix-up defensively there. I think Coach Wagner might have just broken his ankle there on the floor. He pounded it pretty hard.
I often wonder when coaches stomp their feet like that with dress shoes, that's got to be a trip to the podiatrist, doesn't it, after a few bad things happen on the court?
Well, you know, you would think at the 34th game of the year that your kids understand what they're supposed to do there, and he's pretty angry with one of his players, but he's going to get that corrected.
Well, speaking of coaches and kids, one of my favorite quotes this weekend was from Olney coach Rob Flanagan, who you see right there, and he was talking about his star, Keen Toman, and he said, you know what? The kid, and I'm quoting, can take a butt chewing. And I guess if you're a coach, that means he's coachable.
That's right. They got to listen.
Brandon Berry out front. Garrity all over him. Nice bounce pass to McDowell. And wide open and driving is Berry, and he has it blocked by Pree, but gets it right back and sticks it in.
You can put your money in the bank right now that this kid's going to be all state by the time he's a senior if he continues to improve. He's skilled, very skilled.
And if I can borrow some of your money, I'll even put more on it.
Ooh.
And he is good. Low post. Can Hicks get anything going? Nope. But they get it back. Hicks still can't get it to fall. And there's Brandon Berry, the sophomore. In a hurry, McDowell. Now he'll decide to wait, and that cost him because Cassidy's going coast to coast.
Well, if you saw that too, Jim, he used his right hand to get in there and deflect that ball. If he'd used his left hand, he'd have gotten a foul. He is just a smart player.
Dunn again couldn't get anything, but McDowell is wide open and makes him pay. Make that Berry, Brandon Berry, with a jumper. Kind of dream about those opportunities as far as jump shots. You are all alone. Sometimes those are harder to make. Cassidy finds an open man. This is Harden. I'll tell you what, Brandon Harden is going hard to the hole tonight. We got a nice game going now. Both teams started off slowly, but we're heating up. 22-19. Team with the basketball has the lead. It's Olney in white, Pinckneyville in blue if you're just joining us. I'm Jim Albrecht along with Roger Lowe. A lot of madness yet tonight as we bring you the state championship game in 2A between North Lawndale and Peoria Manual. Berry had some trouble inside, and that'll be a turnover as coming out of there with it was Hayden Hicks, and now Cassidy surveys the scene. Nobody's hanging onto the ball too long. Harden kicks it out. Harden now will go across, but misfire to Ryan Rushing. Rushing was cutting one way, and that cost him. Good game, 22-19, third place up for grabs. Here's Cassidy to where he knows to go. Back after these local messages. Apple's Bakery in Peoria has some of the best desserts your taste buds will ever sample. Visit their website, applesbakery.com, and order one of their Apple Core Care packages. They deliver to your door from across the country. It's Apple's Bakery right here in Peoria. Let's go to Ashley Robinson courtside.
Guys, earlier this afternoon, we had the pleasure of adding to another downstate statistic for the most combined wins in a third-place game. Today, Warrensburg-Latham and Lewistown actually combined for a total of 63 wins, which ties for the second most wins between two teams in the third-place game. In 1930, Olney High School and Beardstown also combined for 63 wins, while the leading total is 64 wins between the teams of Pinckneyville and Princeton of 1955. Roger, I know you're quite the Princeton aficionado. You got any fun former player facts for us?
Well, I had a lot to do with that, Ashley. I was a one-year-old, but I tell you what, there are two names that are forever linked to Princeton basketball. Joe Rucklick was the star center on that team.
Oh, yeah.
He's the guy that threw the assist pass to Wilt Chamberlain when he got his 100th point. And the legendary Don Sheffer was our coach. That's the last time a Princeton high school team brought any hardware back from the state basketball tournament. Guys' names are still talked about in Princeton 53 years later.
Miller going to pull up and hit a 17-footer.
Well, he's good. That's 8 points for him.
He tried to get inside, and they would not allow it, so he just stepped back and buried the J and gives his team a 5-point lead.
Well, if you lay off him, he's going to shoot it. If you guard him tight, he's proven today he'll take it to the hole on you.
Here's Cassidy. Soft touch, not there. Rebound comes down to Barrett.
What a hard cut, too, by Cassidy. He wouldn't have got open if he didn't make that as a flash cut.
He's had several of those cuts tonight, but could not finish. As we are down to the final.
Olney's going to play for one, Jim.
30 seconds. If they can. Ball knocked out of bounds.
This is going to be at least a 5-point lead for Olney if they can just take care of the basketball.
And, of course, we'll hear from the head coach, Rob Flanagan. Ashley will get his thoughts on the way to the locker room here in a moment.
Ball's in good hands if you're an Olney fan right now. Tyler Miller.
Look at Miller. Oh, he's contested, and they will not get the last shot because here comes Nick Logan. Logan lost the handle on the way, and they'll take it back. It looks like they will get the last shot.
Let me say it once again for Tyler. I still think he's in good hands when he's got that basketball.
He just lost control of his body that time and kind of fell. Flanagan trying to get a new body in here, Kermickle, but I don't think he will.
They better get moving. There's only 7 seconds.
Miller being guarded by Harden, had it taken away. And
oh no.
Whoa.
That was not good.
Well, this last 40 seconds is not something that Rob Flanagan's going to put in any kind of a
that was not
film
good
for the future.
That's a big mistake by a really heady leader there. You're 50 feet from the basket with 2 seconds to go, and he fouls him, and you put Cassidy at the line. That wasn't good.
No.
But, kids will make mistakes like that, and this kid here, Miller, has been the emotional leader of this ball club. Everything goes through him. They wouldn't be playing today without him. Now, we just heard Wednesday that the University of Michigan has put an offer on the table for this young man. And
by the way, Corey Adams has checked into the game, Cody Adams for Olney, and so, the mistake doesn't cost them, Roger. They still end up with that 5-point bulge despite giving the ball up twice on turnovers and giving them the foul opportunity. It's Olney with a 5-point advantage for the third-place trophy here. And again, don't forget tonight, a game that, if it lives up to its billing of number 1 versus number 2, it could be a dandy as number 2 Peoria Manual takes on number 1 seed and number 1 rated North Lawndale. Here's Ashley with Coach Flanagan.
Thanks, Jim. Coach, a lot of helter-skelter up and down in that first half. You're sitting on 9 turnovers with your team right now. What are you going to say to the guys about taking care of the ball?
Well, it's pretty obvious. You're good pressure defensive teams up here, and we've got to do a better job of keeping ourselves under control. We didn't do that yesterday against a very good pressure defensive team, and we're fortunate to be up 5 here against another very good pressure team. So, we don't have much time to make the adjustments. We've got to do it on the fly, but we're going to try.
All right, Coach. Good luck. Back to you, Jim.
That's the words of Rob Flanagan. He isn't going to stop coaching any differently just because first place isn't on the line. You can bet on that. We are back with more from Peoria on the IHSA Television Network. Pinckneyville's got some work to do.
Kyle Cassidy only has 4 points in the first half. What are you going to do to get him more involved in the offense?
Oh, I think our offense is fine. We just need to finish. I mean, we've missed a lot of layups and a lot of free throws. If we just start making some shots, we'll be in great shape.
All right, Coach. Good luck. Jim, take it back.
That's Bob Wagner, and we'll be back after this on the IHSA Television Network. Back in Peoria, Jim Albrecht and Roger Lowe. And Roger, going back to that final 30 seconds where their general, Tyler Miller, had a couple of blips, because this kid is amazing when it's getting down to getting the ball to his teammates. And his coach took him aside before he even went into the locker room. And I saw him also give him a hug when he came out of the locker room. So, I mean, he's not going to rail on him, but he's going to make sure that his head's in the game, as they say.
Coaches are teachers. They are educators. And as you said before, Rob talked to Ashley, he sat Tyler Miller down and said, look, I need more out of you than that. You're my boy. You're the one who's taking us here. So I'm sure Tyler's going to be just fine.
And the mistakes, of course, didn't cost him. And Tyler, of course, leading his team in scoring. So let's see how things unfold here in the second half and who will claim the bigger trophy, if you will. Now we got a whistle and a foul out front, 5-second violation.
Find it interesting that Kyle Cassidy is guarding once again Corey Dunn. They think that Cassidy can help off a little bit more, since Dunn is not a prolific scorer, although he's done pretty well in the first half. Give some credit to this lead to Corey Dunn. He's scored and he's kept Cassidy from scoring. That's a good combination.
Hayden Hicks gets it on over to Rushing, who will launch and get too much iron, and down with the rebound comes Charlie McDowell, and in a hurry is the guy we've been talking about, Tyler Miller. Now Tolman usually, when he gets the ball inside, it's usually at a higher vantage point. That one came in a little too mid-range, and Pinckneyville will always get a hand on that kind of pass.
Yeah, you don't want a 6'11 guy to have to bend down to get it. You want to throw it up there, wait where the soft hands can get a hold of it. I just want to repeat one more time that if I had to give a game ball right now for excellent play, Corey Dunn would get it. He's done a great job defensively and giving them a few buckets at the same time.
The arrow was pointing to Pinckneyville's way after the jump ball situation, so they'll try to put the first points on the board. Hicks has got a lane and got the two.
He's a little bit more comfortable shooting that left-handed layup. As a natural left-hander, Cassidy did a nice job there of setting a little slip screen.
This is Brandon Berry. Yep, he's only a sophomore. He's 6'6", but he can run point as well. You wonder if his coach will have him be the point guard down the road. I don't know.
Well, he can score in or out,
yeah.
So he's going to have a luxury either way.
High-low pass to Tolman, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Jim, we talked about before the game, we talked yesterday, what a soft pair of hands Tolman has. You mentioned it to me, and we watched it yesterday. It's really unusual for a big man with big fingers like that has such soft feel, and very few times will he not be able to get his big paws on that and hang on to it.
Well, you think of soft hands, you think of wide receivers, you think.
Right.
You don't usually think of big men. There have been, of course, talented big men who have taught themselves, and teaching himself is pretty much what this young man has done, Keen Tolman.
One other thing I'd like to say about this kid is he's just shown such an unselfish style of play down here. I've been real impressed with that.
1 of 2, puts Olney up by 4. That's a tough jumper. It won't fall.
Barry's 10th board.
Colin Woodside, who launched that one, his uncle used to play for Pinckneyville as well when they finished second at state. Now he's a lawyer in Havana. Underneath, and that's not Cuba either, folks. Charlie McDowell couldn't get the shot he wanted. Now Cassidy lost the handle. Go ahead, Rob.
I'm real surprised that Cassidy was trying to take the post away from Dunn. He was fronting the post. I think that Cassidy at 6'6" can let Dunn catch. He's got 4 inches on him, probably just a little bit better athlete too.
Blake Linder is the uncle I was referring to of Colin Woodside. Of course, you get these towns like if you're from Pinckneyville, you're going to have some family trees that have hoops all over.
If Dunn goes in the post again, let's watch and see if Cassidy plays to deny him the ball or plays him underneath. Look how far off he is, though. They're hanging around Tolman, that's for sure. He's giving him a lot of room.
Barry will come right back out to Dunn. He's going to take an 18-footer and hit it. I'll be done.
Well, if he starts doing that, Cassidy can't slough off. Another great play there by Dunn.
Well, that was set up for the high-low into the big man, but the big man was covered, so Dunn said, well, it is my final high school game. Why not?
They're giving him that shot. He took it.
Let's see if Cassidy can get on track. That's a nice pass over on the wing to Dupree, but he gets it blocked by Tolman. Ball still in Pinckneyville's possession thanks to some good hustle, and this time Hicks is a little too strong.
What a man Barry has been on the boards. Outstanding.
And this is Barry as they whip it around the perimeter.
Double team.
Somehow he got the pass. Cassidy was all over him. Preeb was in front of him, but somehow Toman managed to corral the leather, and he'll go to the free throw line.
There's going to be a sea of blue around him anytime that ball's starting to throw in the post, that's for sure.
And Toman's not a great leaper by any stretch, so you can't set it up too high, but he does have that reach. So,
well, let me tell you the connection that Toman, as far as where he's going to Missouri Southern. They are coached by Robert Korn, who is the legendary Dick Korn's brother. Even more importantly, one of the assistant coaches is a guy named Matt Lauer, who played at South Central High School.
How tall is he?
Yeah, he's 6'11" or 7 feet. And his dad was one of the most outstanding coaches in Southern Illinois, Steve Lauer. So, quite a connection there with the Korn and Lauer family.
Olney stretches their halftime lead. Now it's 8. We are back after these local messages. Look who's hitting jumpers out front. It's Corey Dunn. Here's our Real Tour trivia question. He's coached the most games in IHSA boys tourney history. Who is it? Well, obviously Dick Van Sciac is the winningest coach in Illinois history. 3
legends there. How can you go wrong with any of those guys?
Virgil Fletcher. If I added up all their wins, would I be in the 2000s?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure I would.
Absolutely.
We'll have that Real Tour answer for you.
I still think that Pinckneyville's going to lay off Dunn. I don't think just from him going 3-on-3 3 for 3 is going to make that big a difference right now. I still think Cassidy's going to be sloughing off of him.
Well, Dunn averages about 2 shots a game this season. He's taken 3 tonight, made all 3. Cassidy forcing it. Toman gathering the rebound.
Dunn had good help by his teammates there when Cassidy blew by him. Plus you got the big man inside.
The Cassidy you see here will be a whole lot different in a couple of years when he grows into that body.
See Cassidy in the lane there, still guarding Dunn.
Pinckneyville contesting everything down low. Now we got a blocking foul. And I think Cassidy's going to be called. And he is.
Just his first, though. He hasn't had to make a whole lot of decisions defensively right now, and it's
sorry about that,
Coach
President
Wagner.
Lincoln.
Nice pass. Oh, the pass and the play was there. It's one of those plays you work on in practice. Brandon Berry made the cut. You never want to allow that pass underneath the basket, but it was there, just a little too wide.
Plays like that only work if you have perfect timing, and they had perfect timing there.
McDowell gets his man in the air, goes airborne himself, and Cassidy will clear it. Preeb finds Woodside, but you see Toman changes everything, doesn't he? Woodside wanted to go up, but Toman said, you see me, don't you? So who is it?
We're going to get our answer here. I've got a pretty good idea, and I guess Virg Fletcher from the K-Hawks of Collinsville, but I could have been right on the other 2 or 3 guys. They're all great coaches.
It's a lot of games downstate, upstate. McDowell works. Oh, there's a nice move by Barry, and he'll go to the free throw line. He got his man to flow his body into the lane and then just took the angle the other way.
Now, see, this really isn't Harden's fault. If you notice there, 30 Woodside had turned his back as he made that move to the basket.
Do something for
Woodside needs to be a little closer to the play there. Would have kept Barry out of the lane. I'm just having so much fun, Jim. I'm not even hardly watching this game. I'm having so much fun watching Dunn cover Cassidy. He's just done a great job.
Well, and these are the things you don't read about. These are the things that unless you watch basketball a lot, you say, well, Corey Dunn, he averages a couple of points a game. He's not the star, but it's just like we talk about. You got to have that bulldog, that guy that doesn't get a lot of credit, that takes on the difficult task.
These are oldest known high school tournaments, and Macoupin County tournament 1919 is the first ever. Now, if you look at the very bottom one, the Ashland Invitational, trivia question: who won the 3rd place trophy in the 50th Ashland Invitational in 1977?
Sounds like you were coaching.
The Ashland Panthers.
Oh.
Coached by Roger Lowe.
I told you.
I think we won 2 games that year, and we won, both of them in the tournament. But
yeah, but if you get a win and it becomes part of a trivia question, it's a huge win.
I just made that trivia question, but we did finish third in the 50th golden anniversary. But look at all these tournaments. The DeKalb tournament,
Wow.
Great tournament. Princeville's been, it's in our neighborhood. Unbelievable how these things are run. And you know what? They're not run by just one people. It's run by a community.
Well, and we tend to think of them always being there now, but somebody had to come up with these ideas. I mean, back then it wasn't easy to cart yourself across 50, 100 miles. Roads weren't like they were. I mean, there was an effort there. Now it's like, okay, well, we'll just arrange it. And there's always cost involved, too.
My biggest Christmas presents every year, Jim, when I was coaching is if my team played well at the Christmas time. Christmas tournaments, coaches around the state all feel that way.
Got your wife off the hook, too, right?
Yeah, she suffered with me, believe me.
Brandon Berry trying to put Olney up by 9, and he does. Well, Pinckneyville uncharacteristically being taken out of their flow here. I mean, this is what pressure defense will do, a cutting, rushing, but he is blocked on his way to the glass. Here comes Miller. They'll set the offense. Toman will find a spot down low after setting a pick. Look out, Berry in trouble, but Berry gets an elbow to the mouth, it looked like.
And Kyle Cassidy is guarding him now. They've taken Cassidy off of Dunn.
Let's go to Lee Hall.
Okay, let's go to Lee Hall. I'm with Lori Wagner, the coach's wife. Turn around here, honey. We want everybody to see all these pretty girls. Here, this guy's looking at you. Tell me about coming over to Pinckneyville, joining a legendary basketball program this year. What's it been like for a coach?
It's a pretty exciting time. Everybody's been very welcoming to our family, and we really appreciate that. It's a great community.
Pinckneyville has been behind the Wagoners, but Coach Wagner's biggest fans are right here. Tell us your name, honey.
Allie.
Hi, Hallie. How old are you?
6.
You got your game face on, don't you? Is Daddy doing a good job? And this is Addie, and she's 4. Say hi. Oh, she was so talkative last night. Now she's bashful. I have that effect on women. Don't you love me anymore? Back to you guys. She's clammed up on me.
A little bit of Woodstock left in Lee Hall there. It's all about the love. All about the love. While we were away, you missed a Toman bucket inside. They got it into their big post man, and then at the other end, a three-pointer by Hayden Hicks. So we're setting at 32-24. Olney still very much in command here, Roger.
Still laying off now. They got Hicks guarding 52. Done. A little bit more defensive pressure now on Berry. Berry's really hurt him, Jim.
Dunn was thinking about it. Remember, they're leaving him alone out there because Berry and Toman will burn him if he goes down low. There he is down low. He's open. He's got the ball. He's got the bucket.
Yeah, not a very good job of getting on the weak side help by Pinckneyville. They were there. They just didn't cover it.
The first double-digit lead of the night, and Cassidy cannot cut into it, and he is going to be called for the charge.
I'll tell you what, you get Toman off his feet. You've hit him hard, and I had to kind of laugh earlier, too. Toman ran into a player, and the player flew across the floor about 10 feet.
He looked like he was planted.
Oh, yeah,
He definitely planted.
No question about the call, and good
well,
job.
When a tree is planted, it's planted.
Yeah.
And he is a tree.
He got uprooted.
There's a nice outlet pass as Miller will wait for his teammates. Under 2 minutes left here in the third quarter in the consolation game. It's the Class 2A hardware night.
Pinckneyville still trying to front the post on Big Keen Toman. That's a battle down there.
They'll be patient. They can afford to be. They're up by 10. And let's not forget, Roger, nobody wants to come down here no matter what the situation is now that it's 4A or 4 classes, 1 through 4A. You still don't want to come down here without a win. Don't want to leave Peoria empty-handed, so that's the way Olney's thinking, and Pinckneyville's got to be thinking that way as we approach the fourth quarter.
Fronting the post now. You see the man from Pinckneyville in the paint. They're trying to keep the ball away now. They don't want Toman to catch it. They feel like if he catches it, he's just too good around the blocks.
Well, they got that right. Charlie McDowell's good inside, too, but the spin won't go. Cassidy clears. And let's see how patient Pinckneyville will be here, down by 10. Rushing, tries to go around the big man and gets it done.
There's a great athlete. This guy was placed in the state track meet, football quarterback. This kid is a tremendous athlete.
And as we saw at the end of the second quarter, Olney wasn't very good at holding on to the basketball to get the final launch, but I suspect Tyler Miller will have shored that up.
I noticed Colin Woodside limping right now, and he's got a tough job trying to cuff Charlie McDowell. Woodside is a little bit injured. One of his ankles, it looks like.
Miller playing a little catch here, waiting for that 10-second mark. Ooh, trouble out front, but Rushing will pick up the personal.
And that's their 7th foul. Olney has 0. So right now, Olney's going to go to the line. Olney's just played great defense, obviously. They've been moving their feet, not using their hands. And right now we got a bonus for Miller, shooting 65% on the year.
To go into the fourth quarter with a double-digit lead and no personal fouls, I would say that the table's set for you, but obviously with momentum to be factored in there, there's no giving in this game. The lead is 8. Cassidy, jumper, sweet. And that's the way the third quarter will come to an end. The All-State are trying to find a little bit of personal mo and some team momentum as well. It's 34-28. We're back after this on the IHSA Television Network.
Welcome back to Carver Arena. We talk a lot about experience in the state tournament. How would you like to have 127 years combined experience at the state tournament? That's what we've got right here. Joe Giannotti's from Kankakee. He started going to the tournament in Champaign what year?
1936.
And how many have you missed since then?
0.
0. What do you think about all this?
Well, it's quite an event. I like it. That's why I keep coming.
Hasn't missed one since when? 30 what?
36.
1936. Ferdinand Girardi has been to 54 straight. What keeps you coming back?
Basketball, high school basketball. Love it.
You still love it after all these years?
All these years. Every year we're back. Joe and I come.
Now, do we see you next weekend, too?
We'll be here next week. Never miss any.
All right, guys. Good to see you as always. Keep coming back, all right? Keeps the rest of us young, too. Now, the great thing about Ferdinand, he's related to my buddy Joe Girardi, who's my only claim to fame. We were co-captains in high school baseball. The other thing about Ferdinand, he worked for a guy in Italy named George Patton back in World War II. So these guys have been there, done that. Back to you.
Hats off to those gentlemen. And Roger, as I looked at those guys, I saw us about 30 years down the road.
You better believe that's
amazing.
That's what makes Illinois high school basketball so special, because there's guys like that all over the place, all over the state, that just adore high school basketball and would go to long lengths to get here.
While we were chatting with those people, Cassidy got the assist into Preve, and suddenly it's a 4-point ball game, and now Pinckneyville has the ball again after a turnover by Olney, and Cassidy trying to get the big man up. What's the call? Let's take a look at those Menard stats. Say big money at Menard.
And Olney East Richland, most of those rebounds are coming to Brandon Berry. Huge differential there. Field goal percentage by East Richland, too. Look at that, 10 for 16.
There's a foul away from the ball on that play, so Pinckneyville will kick it back in. Cassidy firing, nailing it.
He's got 2 straight there.
Well, if you're going to come back, you're going to need your All-Stater more than likely.
They changed now with Berry on him since Dunn's out of the game.
And Berry working hard. Loses his man. Gets upstairs. Nails it. Very important bucket to stem the flow there.
Now you're coming back down to the fluidity of the Pinckneyville offense against the good team concept defense of Olney.
The sound of sneakers on the hardwood. Can he hit 3 in a row? No. Miller tipped the ball to Toman. Small to tall, and here we go. Olney get in trouble out front. Miller had to really do everything he could to hang on to that one as Brandon Harden was bothering him. High-low, nice touch.
Great pass, too. Great pass.
And the big man showed a little surge there on his cut.
There wasn't much room, Jim, for that pass to get there. It had to be right on the money. Tremendous assist.
The 6'11" senior puts it down, and here comes Miller after the miss by Woodside. Cross court, wide open jumper, missed everything.
Yeah, a little off balance on that shot.
Yeah, Charlie McDowell would like to have that one back with all the time that he had. And right now, Bob Wagoner said, whoa, let's hold on. We were where we wanted to be, but now the momentum needs to be turned back our way. We're back after these local messages in Peoria. It's our Walgreens Sportsmanship Picture Perfect Look. I think we could subtitle this, Daddy said he'd shave his head if I stole his heart. And the bet has been declared, no doubt about it. Walgreens is a proud sponsor of these IHSA telecasts and the IHSA Do What's Right Sportsmanship Program.
If I'm reading our monitor here correctly, Olney East Richland has missed 6 shots today, Jim. 12 for 18.
Wow.
Kind of reminds me of that Villanova upset of Georgetown back in '85 when they were 23 for 28. One-time shot and they got him.
Of course, also in attendance here at the Carver Arena is Rob Flanagan's dad, Gary Flanagan, battling lung cancer, but here nonetheless and enjoying himself. Waiting to see if Cassidy can be stopped. The answer on that is no. Not that drive.
They need to get Corey Dunn back in there. That's 3 baskets when Dunn's been on the bench by the All-Stater. He's got 10 now.
Back to 4. Plenty of time left. Miller.
Wow.
Miller is getting bumped around. Looks like he's in a bumper car at the State Fair, doesn't it?
They're shooting fouls now every time that they get fouled. That could be a big factor.
Kermickle in the game, wearing number 33. He usually gives Olney a spark. Oh, nice pass to Tomey.
Great pass by Miller. Leading assist man in the tournament. Shows you why.
That's just a perfect pass. That's practice right there.
I'm sure glad I saw Miller play this way tonight. He's just a lot better player than we saw yesterday.
Long shot by Rushing. They needed a 3, and they got it. It's a 3-point contest for third. The threes are wild.
Rushing's been around the block, Jim. Played in 06, so he's been through this before.
Here's Miller being contested out front. Brandon Harden drawing that assignment. Toman just parking that frame. Going from one low post to the other. McDowell stops, a little short. Toman tried to knock it out, but it's gathered in by Pinckneyville and Harden. Cassidy looks like he's getting that feel, doesn't it? He wants the lane. Oh, comes up short. Toman just had to stand there.
Such a quick first step.
Open at the other end is Barry. Can he finish? Yes.
Another pass by Miller, too.
It's Miller time here in the consolation game. Mr. Assist is keeping his team in front by 5. Nice drop pass. Preeve gets the roll.
Well, we got us a ball game now. 3-point game, 3 minutes to go.
And when it gets down to your final 3:23 of your high school career, if you're a senior in this case, it gets very interesting. We're back after these local messages. Don't go away. Inside that traditionally legendary building is Carnegie's 501. It's in the Pierre Marquette Hotel in Peoria, where you'll find a new fresh menu. Their breakfast buffet, just $7.95, and $7 gets the all-you-can-eat soup and salad bar featuring the entree of the day. It's Carnegie's 501 on Main Street. Where else but in the hotel, Pierre Marquette. Stop by during tournament time or anytime you're in Peoria. Let's check Roger Lowe, the Chevy drive of the game.
The left-hander taking it in, Hayden Hicks. Real strong, nothing that Toman could do. 2 more of Hayden Hicks' points.
The Chevy Drive of the game is brought to you by Chevrolet. See what's new. Go to ChevyDriveChicago.com. Let's go to Ashley.
I just got out of the Pinckneyville huddle, and Coach told the boys they need help side on defense for Toman. And offensively, they have plenty of time. Back to you.
Well, there he is again. He'll be going to the free throw line as
we've talked about that the entire game, and they let Toman catch that time. They didn't get around in front of him. Cassidy fouled him. If he catches it down there, he's going to keep it in his hands. He's going to go to the line. And a good free throw shooter, 66%.
Were there any high school kids in your high school that could grow a beard? Because I can't remember any.
Gee,
must be the chlorine in the water or something. I'm not quite sure what it is, but we've mentioned what a soft touch this guy has, and Keene Toman will show you what we're talking about. Giving his team a 5-point lead with 3:07 remaining, checking back in, and we'll see if Corey Dunn draws the Cassidy assignment again.
Well, I would sure think so, and I've just had so much fun, Jim, watching this. It's just incredible what this kid has done today. He's got, had great help with his team. You can't do it alone, but he's done a fantastic job.
It's those little battles. Hayden Hicks throws.
There's your 2-year starter. There's your guy who's played for 3 years.
And a foul as they try to inbound. Miller couldn't get to the basketball because Brandon Harden had his hands on him. Let's take a look at our two All-Staters.
You bet. 15 points for Tolman. Cassidy's got a lot of his late, taking him quite a bit of shots to get that 10 points, too. One important stat right now, Pinckneyville has 9 fouls, so any foul from this point on will be 2 shots for the Tigers from East Richland.
And indeed, as you mentioned, only with 1 team foul. So if you get down into the final seconds, you just have a lot to give.
And as a coach, I'm also concerned if I'm Bob Wagner, I've only got 1 timeout left as well.
Rob Flanagan looking on. Miller knows it is key time right now, and every trip to the free throw line or to the glass. Oh, Cassidy just a little bit off on all of his drives. He's getting there, but he's not finishing.
Tolman's the one who altered that, though. Stood strong, and Cassidy had to alter his balance a little bit to take that shot.
So Olney, East Richland Tigers, hanging on to a 4-point lead.
Every foul, remember, now that Pinckneyville commits, 2 shots.
Waiting in the wings, North Lawndale and Peoria Manual. 1 game away from glory.
Now that 2:13 on the clock is going down like minutes for Olney. It's going down like milliseconds if you're Pinckneyville. 1 clock's a friend, 1 clock's an enemy.
There they go inside. Tolman has it knocked out of bounds. Coming over to help on the weak side was Hayden Hicks, and he got a hand on it.
I don't think they're going to try to look to score here. I think they're going to look to get it in and run some offense.
Oh, they got the big man open underneath.
Well, that's where I'm wrong again. Again, just to break down defensively.
He faked like he was going to set a pick, Roger, and then he snuck away from Cassidy, and a nice pass, and it's a 6-point lead, and that's huge now. If you're Pinckneyville, you don't want to do that.
Well,
Cassidy cut.
Yep.
Hicks didn't know it.
Yeah, miscommunication there. There's going to be all kinds of people you can pick for player of the game, whoever wins this game, but there's some unsung heroes out there that deserve a pat on the back.
Well, I'd say Corey Dunn's in the running, that's for sure.
Well, if Olney wins the game, he's my pick, I guaranteed. Barry had another great game, though, on the boards.
Barry almost tied up, finds Dunn, and that might do it.
4 for 4 from the field as well. Yikes.
Corey Dunn has taken 4, hit all 4. Olney's up by 8. And 1:25 away from taking home the 3rd place trophy. And just when it looked like Pinckneyville was coming, Olney had the answer.
Yep. Well, I tell you what, this has been quite a 3rd place game. Both teams playing with a lot of energy, and both coaches have a real good game plan. Right now, Olney just executing it a little bit better.
And again, for a slow start, we've got a lot of points after that first 5 minutes in the first quarter.
Olney's just shooting-wise, too, is incredible. 67%. You're not going to lose many games. I don't care who you're playing at any time. There's your reset again. No timeouts for Pinckneyville, as Coach Wagner just called one there. Look at that top line on the right. Every common foul now that Pinckneyville makes, East Richland will shoot 2.
And, of course, when you have a high percentage like that, it has a lot to do with where the shots are coming from, a lot of them in close. Send a video of your best slam dunk to FoxHighlightsChicago.com. Top dunks will get to show off their dunks at a Bulls game and get to watch their dunks from a suite. How sweet it is. These games are being streamed at FoxHighlightsChicago.com. That's FoxHighlightsChicago.com.
Well, I'd like to have the record book in front of me right now to see what the all-time record is for shooting percentage in a ball game. Olney East Richland right now at 70%.
Yeah, well, I'd say that has to be in the top 3.
It's there. It doesn't take long to take roll above them, I'll tell you.
Let's go to Ashley real quick. Ashley, what's going on in that Olney huddle?
Olney huddle is switching on all screens, so no open drop shots get taken.
Woodside off the mark on a much-needed 3, but look at that rebound inside. That was a tough rebound, and they're going to say Harden stepped out of bounds after he corralled it.
East Richland still has 2 timeouts. If they can't get the ball in bounds here, they will use one, I'm certain.
Here comes Miller. He's got a little room. Cassidy tried to sneak up from behind him.
Smart play by Miller, too, to pull it out, Jim. The clock's their enemy right now, not Pinckneyville.
Olney having everything go their way. Pinckneyville's going to need some kind of last 50 seconds. Let's put it that way. Because right now, Olney's got to miss free throws. That's their only chance. And Tolman can't get free. Tolman still got it. We've got a foul. Oh, it looked like that was a hard elbow to Hayden Hicks, who came up behind Tolman. That's like being behind a big old horse.
Well, I'll tell you what, bodies will fly.
Whoa.
Bodies will fly when the big fella hits you. He knocked one guy down and one guy off balance.
And there's the foul. Charlie McDowell will get a pair at the free throw line.
This guy's shooting 74% for the year from the line, Charlie McDowell. He's had a good game for him today, Jim.
A coach lives 1,000 deaths every game, don't they? Rob Flanagan's pacing in front of us like an expectant father, and it's a third-place game, folks, but he wants it.
Coach Flanagan, I'm sure, has told his kids if Pinckneyville makes a basket, take your time getting the ball out of bounds because Pinckneyville cannot stop that clock. Let the ball bounce a couple times.
Everything in line for an Olney victory here as Cassidy gets the second miss. They need a 3. They don't get a 3 from Russian. Uh-oh, we've got
the foul undone. He boxed out but put his body into Cassidy as he's jumping. For the second foul.
You don't want the clock stopped if you're the East Richland Tigers, but you don't always get everything you want in this life, do you, Roger? Cassidy will kick it in. Hicks from outside the building. Look who got the rebound. Corey Dunn.
He's my boy.
Uh-oh, Toma was going to be open there for a minute down court. That would have brought the house down, but the foul out front as Brandon Berry will go to the free throw line.
When I talked to Coach Flanagan Wednesday, he said Corey Dunn is just a great teammate. They call him the great pacifier and tries to make everyone happy. Well, he's made a lot of people in the city of Olney, East Richland community very happy today with his play. Great game.
Pinckneyville's going to go wholesale here and send in a lot of the team members that put in a lot of time.
I've had a lot of fun watching this Pinckneyville team for the last 3 years too, Jim. They were an outstanding team 2 years ago. Now here comes these seniors who have given so much to this community.
There goes the All-Stater Cassidy.
Ever since they've been about 5th grade,
yep,
this team has been expected to do great things, and they sure have.
Brandon Harding, Ryan Rushing, Colin Woodside, Hayden Hicks, all seniors, folks.
12 of the 15, Jim. There are 12, 15 of these seniors, so we'll graduate.
Free throws are there, and we'll set the lineups for you. Jordan Kellerman in the game for Pinckneyville. Colin Smith, Eric Malinsky. This jumper out front by Craig Choate is good. And also in the ball game, and we got a timeout.
We got a foul call first, but I think Coach Flanagan's going to get his starters out as well.
Yeah, Luke Steele is also in the ball game for Pinckneyville, and now the starters will indeed probably come out. Let's see.
They called the foul first, and Coach Flanagan said he did not want the timeout. I'm going to tell you, though, if he makes the second one of these free throws, Coach Flanagan will stop the clock, try to get these subs in, and give these starters the well-deserved round of applause for their 31st victory.
And Luke Steele is a senior for Pinckneyville. So is Craig Choate, who made that little jumper. Jordan Kellerman, also a senior for Pinckneyville, as is Colin Smith and Eric Malinsky. So this Pinckneyville team, as you said, Roger, loaded. When graduation comes, there will be a void.
And here come some seniors coming in for Olney East Richland as well. There's Dunn, 52.
Checking into the ball game is Dylan Herman for Olney East Richland. Also checking in will be Todd Boyle here in a minute. Cody Adams is back on the floor wearing number 10, and here comes Tyler Miller.
They played a real good game, Jim. Followed the game plan to a T.
Jordan Pottorff is also checking in the ball game for Olney. And here comes the senior, Keen Toman.
I like how he's doing this too, one at a time, so each one of these kids can get a little individual applause. That's nice. Nice touch.
Griffin Groves will come in shortly for Brandon Berry. And the free throw is good, and Berry will probably check out. And he'll be leading this Olney team for a couple more years to come.
Even though I'm a retired coach, Jim, I still consider myself in the coaching profession. It's an honor to be around Coach Flanagan and Coach Wagner, two outstanding men.
Let's see who gets off a final shot for Pinckneyville. Out front, it is Luke Steele. That's going to be a little short. Fighting for it out of bounds. He launches once again and hits it. So, Luke Steele ends his high school career on the up note, but it's Olney on the upper end of this consolation bracket, 55-46 over Pinckneyville. And remember, folks, Olney has not been to a state basketball tournament, at least the boys, in 66 years. And this is really what high school basketball boils down to, besides being competitive, being as good as you can. Here's Luke Steele, final shot of his career. Probably never play another basketball game unless it's pickup.
That's right. And, Luke Steele, another one of those seniors who's been playing with these guys since about the 4th grade.
And Pinckneyville walks away from Peoria without a win, which is pretty rare, folks. Believe me, they've been here 15 times, and this will be their 10th piece of championship hardware, though. They'll pick up a 4th-place trophy tonight. And standing by is Rob Flanagan, and I'm sure he's a happy man. Is that right, Ashley?
So, Jim wants to know if you're a happy man right now, Coach.
Well, I'm pretty happy. I've been very blessed over the course of my years at Olney, and certainly in the last month or so. A lot of my prayers have been answered with things that have been going on in my personal life, and certainly with Tiger basketball. So yeah, we're ecstatic. I thought we played much better in the second half, and that's a great team that we played. We have all the respect in the world for Pinckneyville. I've learned a lot from Coach Korn over the years, and we tip our hat to them. And this was kind of a Southern Illinois 3rd-place game, so we're very honored to win it.
Now, I don't know if you know this, it's been actually 78 years since Olney High School has actually won a trophy, and the very first year for East Richland to bring home a trophy. How's that make you feel?
Well, that's pretty special, and I think the great thing about it is that we've been able to share it with our community and with our, with the people that have that we love, and it's great for our school, and it's nice to put your town and your school out there in a very positive way, and that's what we feel like we've done.
All right, thanks, Coach. Congratulations. And now for our Country Insurance and Financial Player of the Game, we have Keen Toman. How does it feel to win that 3rd-place game?
It feels great. It's a real good feeling to be able to leave my senior year with a good taste in my mouth and go out on a good note.
You had 17 points and 7 rebounds. You going to be able to do that in Missouri State when you play here at Bradley next year?
I sure hope so. Coach Korn and Coach Lauer, they'll be working with me a lot, and see what I can learn from them.
All right, well, congratulations. Go enjoy your win. Back to you, Jim.
Right about at his average. Average is 18, headed to Missouri Southern. And, of course, right now, folks, we want you to get your cold beverages, get your popcorn ready, because number 1 and number 2 are going to take the floor for the Class 2A state championship. North Lawndale and Peoria Manual, it's going to be a dandy. We're back after these local messages.